Princeton than any Moeller deficiency. In all but one of their 11 wins, the Vikings have just simply overwhelmed the opposition, and tomorrow they hope Moeller is victim number 12.
Let the dogs sing!
Princeton and Coach Pat Mancuso have been the #1 AAA team in the state since late September. All year they've proven they deserve the top ranking, going undefeated through 11 games.
This is a real good play 'em 1 week at a time team. You know, that's an overworked phrase, I know it is, you know, play 'em 1 week at a time, but practically that's what you have to do.
Of course, this week it's Moeller, second to Princeton in both the city and state polls, a rivalry that speaks all too well for the strength of high school football in greater Cincinnati.
Years ago, it was all up in the northern part of the state, and once we start having the playoffs, you know, it's fact now that, you know, between Moeller and Princeton, we've dominated the state championship.
Yes, between them, they have won 3 state titles in 5 years. Princeton winning the last game between the two in the '83 state quarterfinals. The state championship was won by the Vikings 2 weeks later. But after last season, Coach Mancuso resigned.
I just feel that it's time to turn the team over to someone else.
2 weeks later, Mancuso was back. Why did you come back?
I just wasn't ready to quit.
Mancuso knew this year would be one of Princeton's strongest ever. Offensively, they're led by the best friend backfield of number 20, Mike Brown, and number 21, Kevin Garrett.
Ever since 8th grade, we've been running the same backfield together, and it's just great because he'll break long runs and I'll break long runs, and we'll just pat each other up.
I would suspect you guys know each other's moves better than maybe Coach Mancuso knows your moves.
Yeah, I know, you know how Kevin runs and he knows how I run because we've been running together for so long.
Garrett and Brown have each rushed for over 1,000 yards, and the similarities continue. Both are under 6 foot and weigh only 165 pounds. Have you ever seen a combination that is this effective at that size and that weight?
No. They're not big, but they're very quick, and we capitalize on that.
Do not look for Princeton to pass. They have only thrown some 4 times a game. Defensively, they've allowed just 4 points a game. In their regional semifinal, LaSalle didn't even score, the same team that scored 34 points against Moeller.
I would say as a total team athlete-wise, they're better than we are.
We feel like we have a team this year to beat Moeller, and that's what we're going to do Saturday.
Feel good. This game is over with. Now we got to look forward to next week and maybe give me a state ring. I'm a senior, and I got to have it.
Okay, the Vikings tonight, folks, at Riverfront Stadium, about 15,000 fans, even more than that, dethroned Moeller again. So they remain #1 in the city. This explosive game that was turned out to be a battle of defense. So Princeton's on its way.
Great game second half. Until probably the last drive, I don't know how many first downs they had, but the defense played a great game.
They hold Moeller to semifinals. So Princeton's 9-1. They virtually eliminate Moeller for the 2nd straight year from the playoffs. And here's how it happened. Princeton's in red first quarter. Allen de Graffenried with a 30-yard field goal, and it's 3-0. Under a minute to go in the first half, Perry Dickey will find Davis, or rather Davis will find Dickey, 26-yard touchdown pass. That makes it 7-3 at half. So Mancuso goes into the locker room and says, let's try this little onside kick maneuver to start the half. And guess who recovers? Princeton does. On that same possession, Sean Vernon will go in from 7 yards, so the Vikings have a 10-7 lead. But it was their defense that was the story. Moeller to tie, but Lawrence Gore will block that field goal attempt. It is still 10-7. Here's Moeller on their final drive. The opportunity to tie or win the game. Davis to Hopewell. The big wide receiver makes the catch. He's going to go down, but look what he does. Laterals to Perry Dickey. Perry Dickey might go all the way. He goes to the 16-yard line. It looks like Moeller's going to win this ball game. But then Calhoun sacked. And then watch Chandler. Boom! Sack. And then Reese comes in. Sack. 3 straight sacks on Davis, the Moeller quarterback. That sets him way back, so when Adam Heisman tries the field goal, it's no good. And it was wide to the right. So Princeton wins your final 10-7.
7-3 halftime lead. But Princeton gets a big break on the second half kickoff. Moeller neglects to fall on the ball, allowing the Vikings' Deion Hunter to pounce on it at the Crusader 19. And 3 plays later, it's Sean Vernon 7 yards up the middle as Princeton takes a 10-7 lead. Moeller continually made mistake after mistake, turnovers left and right, but Princeton was unable to capitalize, giving the Crusaders one last chance. And watch this one. Davis to Rick Schulte, who laterals to Dickey. A 40-yard gain to the Princeton 18 with 48 seconds to play. The Viking defense, though, rises to the occasion with back-to-back sacks as Princeton holds on to beat Moeller 10-7.
The rivalry, you were here, you saw it. This is what it's all about. You heard all the fans and everybody, and just a great game.
We had a tough time on offense. I mean, we moved the ball down. It was fine moving the ball, but we just couldn't maintain that drive.
Make too many mistakes, you're not going to win. We made enough to last us for 100 years. You know, they didn't capitalize on some things either, but, you know, we tried to take it to the wire and did the best shot we could. They're a good football team. I hope they go all the way.
Although Moeller has won 19 of 25 in this series, Princeton has taken 3 of the last 4. And with tonight's 10-7 win, the Vikings assure themselves of a spot in the state playoffs.
Tonight in Dayton, the Vikings knocked off previously unbeaten Gahanna Lincoln. It's on to the state semifinals. Let's go to Dayton's Welcome Stadium. Garrick Burkhalter runs it in from 6 yards out. Vikings led 14-7. Lincoln's Eric Shepard then comes back the other way from 9 yards out, and things were all tied up at 14. But a little bit later, the Vikings got it going. Sean Burnett ran to the 1, setting up a Burkhalter sneak for the touchdown. Princeton 21-14 at the half, and Pat Mancuso saying, guys, give me some more. Marcus Thomas says, all right, coach, 1-yard score, Vikes 28-14. But the Princeton's got an excellent defense as well. 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Lincoln with the football. The pass is incomplete. This is just an all-around good football team. Later in the 4th quarter, Thomas again for the Viking touchdown. Princeton wins it 38-14. Next stop, the state semi.
We're going to go back. We're going to practice hard and prepare for the semifinals. Because you know it's not over yet. And our goal was to win state, and that's what we're going to do.
Princeton's defense, never a question, because they stopped virtually everybody. But could they score enough in the playoffs? And, well, yes, the cheerleaders, they say, yeah, we can score. We're up 21-14 at half. That's Princeton. First play, 3rd quarter. Sean Vernon, 54 yards on that run, takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. That led to a touchdown. It was 28-14. Look at the defense. First and goal from the 6 for Gahanna, and the goal line stand prevail. Marcus Thomas with 2 touchdowns tonight. That made it 35-14. That's the final. So Princeton wins, and they are off to the Final Four.